Oh yeah, everybody. We streaming, buddy. We are alive. Welcome, everybody. I think I said everybody like 90 times there. How's everyone doing? Yeah. Gonna go through some challenges, because I want to level up some classes, Tight Collar most notably. But I figured it'd be an awesome time to hang out with all of you wonderful people. I feel like my Sunday streams are always like the most chill ones that we got, which is always super great. Da-da-da. Fix that thing. Alright. That's better. The new faction challenge. Are you talking about the 500? Like doing the whole thing on faction with the faction team? I have not done that, if that's what you're referring to. I did complete the faction assault event though. That's all done. So like the this bad boy got all the rewards up in this thing. I think I got it up to yeah, I'm up to 230. I mean, I still have more sigils, so I could run through that if there was any interest in that. If anyone just felt like seeing some of that fun stuff. But what better way to start the stream with a wheel spin? Because why not? Gotta get the party started somehow. What team are you using? I could possibly help you with that. Oh, almost opened the stream with a code. That would have been legit. Oh man, you actually used a Vash team. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Vash so much. I mean, especially actually in Delving, that sounds very awkward to use because you'd kind of be killing troops that you actually care about. Yeah, I'm still not a fan of Vash so much. I like recognize his potential, but in reality, I just end up, I don't see myself really finding a use for the guy so much. Like, I think the problem in a delve is going to be that you're going to end up just killing some troop that you actually care about. Otherwise, you're just building like a team around 3 hero or 3 troops, and then you just kind of just don't care about the last one so much. Felt like there was more there. So if you're using a key, do you have Egg Thief? Because if you have like Egg Thief and Greed, then that would make your skeleton key team a lot more useful. But honestly, in the absence of using a key team, I would probably advise you to use something like a Meng team, honestly. Like, I believe I show a Meng team in the video that I ended up making. Because that's going to end up treating you a lot better. So let me actually look at that or make that for you real quick. Not there. So if we roll down this bad boy, so this is what I was showing. Let me give you that if you want it. So the reason why that would be a good beginner team, and it doesn't really require much of anything, you might have all of those troops, and honestly, even if you don't have Anointed One and Fist of Zorn, just use like some Skull Creator if you have them, and then some other Mana Converter if you have them. But this would totally be good. So, if you're struggling with your key team, I would recommend doing that with Titan, or any class that you have that happens to be 40 that gets you barriers on browns, like Plague Lord or Rune Priest or Titan. Those will get you through, I think, a lot further. Yeah, I would try that team out. Let me know how it goes. Oh, there you go, Sentinel. I love how I forgot Sentinel as I was like naming the classes without our defensively oriented. As if the Sentinel isn't like the bastion of defensive team making. It's pretty funny. But yeah, give that team a try. I think you'll find getting through that's a lot easier. Like, Skeleton Key in general is going to cap out, especially when it comes to delving at some point. Like, you're not really going to be able to run all the way through it. But pretty much anytime you hit a wall when it comes to events, like, that's where your mind should kind of flip to, like, how can I be using Meng somehow? Because as long as you have a class like Sentinel that you've got leveled up already, and then you've got Meng, like, that's your whole team building process right there. Just, like, use those guys. Where did I? Oh, it was over here. I was like, I could have swore I saw there was a 4 match somewhere. Yeah, I decided I was officially going to be doing a drinking stream when I hit 1,000 subs. Like, I keep talking about it, but I figure I might as well just actually set a goal for it, because it's something I kind of always wanted to do, and it's something I always like watching when other people do it. So, that'll be for sure an entertaining stream for all of you guys. Hey, what's up, Matt? Because I be a lightweight when it comes to alcohol. Check out my snazzy shirt. Wow, I went to the mall and got it made because I'm the coolest man alive. What I should have done is actually bought my own shirt from my own shop. Like, if you go to that Key Lime Live site, there's actually shirts up there that you can buy and hoodies and crap like that. Not that I expect any of you to, but if you do, awesome. But I suspect the quality on there is going to be better than what I got at the mall, so I should have ended up just buying my own stuff. Oh well, lesson learned. Let's go with Starlight. This is also the nice thing about Skeleton Key. It doesn't even matter that this person's webbed, because all the bonus damage is coming from the gold anyway. So it's like still gonna pop for like a solid like 100 regardless. Key team does not care. So I mean, running through all these challenges like this is actually a really nice way to get resources. And like I said before, if you're somebody that hasn't delved a lot, this is actually a really great way to be getting chaos shards actually. Like, you'll end up getting a lot of chaos shards doing this. So if you're struggling to like get treasure, or you're struggling to get those troops out of there, like Mirage Queen for instance would be really high value, Gob Truffle would be really high value. If you're struggling to like get those kinds of troops, like farming challenges would actually be a very nice way to give yourself some extra chances to get that done. I was actually super mad when I went online today. I noticed there was like a ton of reviews posted for that new Joker movie, but the movie's not out yet. I was super sad, because it's like, I really want to see that movie with Joaquin Phoenix in it. It looks really good. I think that happened to me twice actually. There were previews for like 2 movies, or like reviews for 2 movies that I really wanted to see that actually aren't even out yet still. Makes me mad. Dang. Yeah, I actually usually never end up getting, I don't open enough Chaos Shards to actually ascend everybody. Like, if there's anybody in there that I care about, I'll ascend them with an orb instead. I mean, to me, like, your Orbs of Ascension or something, like, that's pretty much a great use case for something like that. Like, someone like Gob Truffle might be someone you would care to ascend, but, like, his mana generation property doesn't get scaled at all based on his level, I don't believe. I'm pretty sure that's a static amount. So, it's kind of like there's really no reason to try and get him even higher, unless you just want to have him, like, as high health potential as he possibly could. I guess the damage would increase slightly. But yeah, that's kind of where my Orbs of Ascension go. I actually was pretty happy. I ended up getting a, what was it? I got another Orb of Ascension this morning or yesterday. So I was actually able to grab another Orb of Power. Oh man, I totally didn't use Greed. I was like, that was the most pathetic cast I've ever seen. So now I got 3 orbs of power, when I'm pretty sure like literally a month ago I had 0 orbs of power. We are now rocking the solid 3 of them, so that's pretty cool. Which makes me feel like if I want to be crafting Zool, it's not going to take me forever. Like, what I'm really trying to do now when all the events come out, like whether it's a class event, a faction assault event, obviously the guild events, I want to make sure I go in there and like get all the orbs out of there, so that way I can be getting the most potential. Seems like it's gonna be pretty good. Oh, jeez. Yeah, you have a lot more excess than I do. That's for sure. I think I have like maybe 3 or 4k chaos shards right now, because I actually did end up leveling up a bunch of them from one of the factions recently. This is the one annoying thing I wish they fixed when challenges were updated. Like, you always have to kind of drag your mouse off to the right to start the next one. Like, before it used to let you just auto jump to the next one. Now you have to, like, manually scroll over every single time you want to do it. It's, like, super first world problem, but it is kind of annoying, especially when you're doing, like, a trillion of them. Oh man, yeah, I mean, if you went nuts on Warrens, that would do it. I mean, the new faction's actually insanely good for farming. Like, my treasure bonus by the end is like 4+ easily. Like, I was like, I think the highest I've seen so far is like 465, something like that. Hey, gamer, I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. I will definitely appreciate the shout out. Jeez, 5 treasure rooms. Yeah, I mean, it's like a really nice layout. Like, it's the beautiful thing about the new layout is kind of like if you get one of your troops killed for some reason, it's so easy to just kind of like go straight to the boss, whereas in others, if you end up losing something, you end up having to like fight your way through to get there. So it actually makes it a lot easier. So I think the new delve is kind of perfect. I totally did it again. Like, the troops aren't, the last fight isn't overly hard. Like, there's nothing about it that's super crazy. So I mean, it's actually kind of fun. Just gonna do that for kicks. While we wait for our skeleton key to come back alive. They barraged you with skull transformation, huh? And do you have your sentinel up to level 40 to be getting the barriers? Because basically, like, the way that you should be playing that is what you do is you go in there and like make sure you're always using apothecary to give you barriers if you don't have them. It's kind of like try not to let go of your turn if you don't have barrier up. Huh. Dang. And you died to what, when they spawned like a trillion skulls with the grave robber? That's unfortunate. That could just come down to like a playstyle thing. That is unfortunate though. But I promise you that team should work. Like, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't necessarily. But then again, you just used it, so I mean, who am I to say? But in general, like just Apothecary and Mang, you could probably win all the way up to 500 if you wanted to. It just might be a little harder. If you have better troops, like if I looked at like all the troops you had, I could probably get you like a more specifically good team. That team that I made was assuming you have basically nothing. But I mean, there's absolutely better troops that you could be using. So there's a website called Gems of War DB. So they have a whole thing there that you can do to link your account. So if you link your account up in there, then you can send people a URL that'll let them see what troops you have. Admittedly, the interface like could use a lot of work, but that'll at least allow you to be able to like post what your GOWDB account is, and then I could see all the troops that you actually do have. That's also kind of fun. If you go to that site, it'll tell you like who your most used troops are, how many times you've used them, like all that other kind of stuff. So I mean, there's some fun stats to just glance at anyway. I mean, the site in general is also just useful. So I mean, feel free to check that out. It's definitely a good site. I'm just gonna mix them up for fun. I don't feel like matching gems right there. There we go. Christ. Took way longer than it should have. No, I haven't even tried the pure faction. Like, hell, you know, I've got some sigils left. We'll play around with that. How about that? After this challenge that I complete here, we'll try some pure faction nonsense. Granted, it'll be at level like 2, what did I say, 280? But I mean, if you can beat it at 280, you can beat it at 500. Alright, pure faction. Sure. I just glance over and we dropping codes up in this thing. You guys. You beautiful, beautiful people. And a drop. Just because I assumed you guys are like slightly stream delayed than me. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing if you don't purchase a bunch of tiers, you're gonna be having a bad time. So, to me, Tomb Robber, Tomb Robber, Tomb Robber. This is the one with Skull Dodge, yeah? They have Skull Dodge too? Yeah. So, this is what Tacit proposed when he was making his video. Because unfortunately, it's kind of like, this guy can be good, but you have to get him stats somehow. So like, you're kind of struggling. So honestly, I think this might be better. Like, trying this kind of a setup. Because this will actually give you something to do with all that gold that you're gaining besides just trying to make purples. So I feel like that's the one. Banner will definitely want purple to be strong. Purple and blue looks like what we're after. Yeah, so that's our one. Hey Corn, how's it going? There was a code posted like 2 seconds above you if you want to check it out. So, the goal right now is definitely to not get murdered. Alright. It's a solid opening. How much gold do they have? Literally 0. So now is not a good time to be casting this one. We want to hold on. Yeah, of course! Oh, that's true. Raising the gold cap will help a lot. But then you kind of have to survive that fight too, which is kind of like a mixed bag. Green's not helping. That's not helping. That does help. Don't get skulled. Think that's fine. Alright. So let's start to get some stats. Alright, we got one down. Do we start skull spamming now? What's their gold at? They got 40, so we can create a crap ton of purples. But I feel like this is a better skull board. We've got at least 10. And we should be making... we're only making 10. I say we go for it. Kinda worked. There's a decent amount of purples. Let's try that. Alright. More purples. Kinda want stats. So that feels good. Skulls. Skulls. Alright. One down. Now we gotta beat like an actual team with this. No. Also no. Ugh, these are both gonna suck. They have so much mana generation. And this team might just loop deadly. This will kill me straight up. This is just gonna be annoying. god. I don't like either of these. You think this one's better? See, the problem I have with this is like, there's not a lot of damage coming out of this, but like, this is gonna suck. Like, if they get this off, I'm in a bad spot. We'll go for it though. I'm trusting you, Starlight. We got this. This is all on you, Starlight. My fate is in your hands. That's safe. Still safe. This team's gonna have like literally no gold gained ever though. So like this troop is pretty useless in this fight. So this fight I'm gonna have to try and like pure stat them. Actually I should be targeting Shegra if I'm being smart right now. Ooh, that was dangerous as hell. Should not have tried that. That was not a smart move to try. That's good. That is fine. Alright. Good with that. That's good. That's good. Sorry if I'm not talking right now. I have to really focus on making sure I don't die here. I just gotta make sure Shegra dies. That's kind of like the only thing I need to actually worry about right now. Why did I do that? Oh no. Not paying attention is the crap. Can't be making those kinds of mistakes. That's a bad move. Yeah, Zaku, I'll totally check that out. Probably save it right now just because I'm having to focus way too hard right now, but I will totally glance at that later for sure. This will be fine, right? Yeah. Alright, that was scary, but we're fine. This is bad. So this is safe, actually. So this is like, alright, let's do a little gem strategy as I'm talking. So like, when you see a situation like this, you might immediately assume you're gonna get hit by two sets of skulls, like you can't remove one without getting hit by the other. But this move right here actually removes, I wish I could like point them out to you, it actually removes like this from happening, and this from happening, so like this right here will leave all this stuff stranded. So when you're in a situation like this, you kind of have to really pay attention to that kind of stuff. Theoretically, I could go for a skull shot right here because this is actually a pretty decent amount, but the boost is 8, so I'll make 14. That's actually pretty safe. They're all actually very clustered. But if I did not have this, if I didn't have this here, you know, if I didn't have this, I should say, I would do this. But since I do have it, I'm gonna give it a shot. Everybody pray. Alright, that worked out nicely. Alright, we got lucky with that. That's fine. That's fine. There's no obvious 4 matches I'm missing. Oh no. Oh no. That's still fine. Almost missed it. Kind of really need to cast this guy before I get hit with another skull. Fortunately, this guy's double mana blocked, so like he's not getting anything he wants yet. I kind of want to cast this anyway. It's only going to be making 6 though. It's such a waste. There's no gold to steal, so it's totally pointless. I wish I remembered what banner I'm using. I don't think I can see it. Pretty sure I did purples and something else. Blues, I think. So that's the better move. This is safe. Yep. That guy's gonna get full, but he shouldn't loop. How much am I gonna gain? 79? So if I gain 79 to all, I'll be able to take a skull. So, like, this actually might be the better move, because if I take this and somehow lose this, then this is all over. So I'm gonna actually do this. Oh, man. Alright. This is safe. Oh, that was scary. That's all scary. We don't want gems bouncing around right now. This is a sucker bet. Don't do that. Creating purples is dangerous right now because I could end up dropping. Well, there's no purple dropping. Even if it makes it here, I'm fine. Makes it here, I'm fine. I mean, it's only 6 purples, but I kind of need something on the board. Right now, this board's not really helping me too much. That's not the move. Alright, now we're going on the grave robber train. This all just went downhill so fast. F's in the chat, boys. Alright. I'll try this. So I'm gonna take a skull for sure. I'm about to get super skulled right there. We can limit the blowback by doing this. Still gonna play this like I have a chance though, because theoretically this team can still win against a pure faction. It's just gonna suck more. But in theory it has a chance. I mean, I just need the board to do something else. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I should have paid a little more attention than I was. They're not gonna die if I take a skull, and I really need to get something going. Alright, let's go. One down. Can't let him get it. That's safe, but I actually don't need that mana anymore. That doesn't give them... Right? No. You ass. Oh, lordy. What a sad time. Purples and blue. Oh, oops. Just lost all motivation. Alright, we're gonna try this again. I believe in us. Should we go for the gold room strategy? Is that the plan? Let's see if we can find a Cedric somewhere. That's... And there's that, but... I don't have a Cedric room this time around. Alright. Would I change anything about this team? I still don't think so. I still think I need to pump this guy up. And the double Tomb Robber thing is definitely smart. But Street Thief becomes so useless against any other team. So it's like, I need the team on its own to survive. Just that second fight. I think if I played that second fight better, I could actually do it. Alright, let's try again. We got this. We got this. Oh, that starting board, scary as hell. Jesus. I don't have a hero in this thing, so the class doesn't really matter. 3 Grave Robbers honestly might be a better play, but I think for the strategy that I'm using, I really want to take advantage of this guy. So I'm hoping I can do that. This should be fine. This is more fine. Alright, let's start this fun. This is the troop that you need to get rid of first. None of these guys are super dangerous. Like, this is all mana generation and a little bit of damage. Like, this is the one that's gonna get you killed, so prioritize getting that guy. That woman, I should say. How much gold do they have? None. You losers. Get some gold. Boost of +4. There's 11 on the board. See, this is like... So this is the problem. If I take this, there's a chance a skull could drop here. Like, it could be here or here, and I'm going to take a skull. They only do 66. That's technically safe. I mean, that's even better. Yellow doesn't matter. Still no boost on this. Kinda don't want to do this because I don't want them to do anything yet. I'm gonna see if I can stall them a little bit. Let's hope we get a blue to drop there. This is my blue, you piece of crap. Alright, so this person's gonna... Alright, here we go. I'm gonna try and kill this person. Everyone pray. Why? Why would you do this? How much gold do they have? Still 0. You bastards. That is so rough. I can still take another skull. I have to kill them, so like, let's just pray they don't dodge it. Alright, we're still okay. We're still alive. And they should have some gold now. Yeah, they got 16. So I'm getting an extra 5, 11. That's worth it. Alright, good. So we got our guy. We've got lots of skull potential. How much are they doing? 39? To these two? That's fine. Whatever. Don't care. That's a little scary. I would prefer not to do that. That was way more gem movement than I was looking for. No boost anymore. It's a good amount of skulls, though. I think it's skull time. This is definitely one of them, because, like, it's totally RNG dependent in, like, a really bad way. So, like, here's another thing. I could definitely take this, of course, but I would rather leave more skulls on the board to increase my odds of getting a loop, because if I take that, that's removing 5 off of this total. So I'll have a much better chance of getting another loop as long as I cast this. Taking this now would reduce my chances of looping it again. So I think this is the move. Dang. How much are we doing? 63, 80... we're like 1 shy, is that what that was? 20, 83, 84, yep. We are 1 shy. And we can take another skull as long as it's only 1. And there's no way I can do some cool fun stuff. Nothing there. I'm assuming they still have no gold. I mean, technically this is the safest move, so I'll just do that. Oh, it does the boost afterwards. Good to know. Alright, 1 down. Yeah, the reason that this one's especially hard is because the looping mechanics require gold to do some stuff. This team is awkward. This team is also awkward. I'm dying. So Mr. Bitmagic, when you first start the game, your initial stats are a lot lower. The way you get that stuff up is you level up your kingdoms. So grind out PvP a lot, get your kingdom levels up to like at least 5 or so. 10 would be, or like kingdom levels, get them all to 10. That'll get you a bunch of stats, which will make your Mountain Crusher go from like doing 4 to a lot more. Plus when you just level up your hero, you'll eventually get some stats as part of all that as well. I don't think I like this team. But this team, I think, has way too much loop potential, so, like, I think I gotta go here. What are we looking at? Create skulls. That's dangerous. I know what you do. True damage. Deal double if they have a status effect. This one looks too scary, honestly. I think I have to go here and just try and play smart. Ooh, that's kind of lucky. So by getting a Valraven there, we got rid of one of the troops. That's actually pretty legit. Yeah, this game is definitely a grind when you first start out, no question. This is safe. Right, yeah. Still safe. It's a decent number of skulls, but I would rather cast this guy first before I try. I just need to wait it out one more turn. Stop! God! Alright, that's a lot of skulls. None of them are matching. That won't get one. That won't get one. That might get one. I think I'm safe to cast this once. The person I want to really get rid of is probably Garnock. That's still okay. Alright. I think we're skull time. Alright. I'm good with that. Alright. I'm also good with that. Now I just need to not take more. That's gonna do... I think that's okay. Alright. We survived that whole nonsense. We didn't kill anybody, but we survived. So now we're back to filling this guy mode. Trying to see if I can do anything fancy here. I don't think so. I did not check that guy's mana. That could have been way worse. That'll get me that. There's nothing there. That does nothing. There's no storm. Try this. Alright, that's good. More stats. Let's do that. Set myself up for blues. That's fine. This is not fine. That's fine. I think I like this better because we're running a purple banner. Ooh! Alright. More stats. Alright, now we just need to fill a grave robber and let some good stuff happen. Let's just do it. I just need more. Oh! Oh! Alright, here we go. More stats. Alright, I think we go grave. 11's a decent amount. Alright, that worked out beautifully. I apologize to chat though, I'm not talking too much. Here, let me spin a wheel to keep you guys excited. That's okay. But the troop that I need, they take purple, so that's not as fun. Do that. This is no on the code. This is gonna give them nothing. They'll get a 4 match if they're smart though. Yeah, this is all about tension. So if they were smart, if I take this blue, this will pull this down into, they should be able to do a red to get a brown, I believe. Oh, but we get to do it. And we're actually all the way full. Let's just do this to get ourselves a better board. I think I go stats again, honestly. Because we actually almost got Garnock down. Once we get Garnock down, then we're actually good. This is not a really great time to try and do skulls, though. So I'm going to try purples. Ew, but... Come on. That's not the move. That'll get me that, and it's safe. Do that. That's grave robber, don't really care. That's safe. This is better. Don't care. Let's do this to get that out of the way. Actually, if I do this, they can't hit me with the skull. They're about to cast Garnock, though. Do I care? I am going to create 14 skulls. I don't really want them creating more troops, though. Let's see. I'm not going to be able to kill it unless I somehow, like, force a 4-match out of nowhere. Wow. Alright. Let's try and be smart about this. This should just kill Garnock. And I got even more stats. So now we're in a pretty good spot. I'm gonna try it. Yeah. 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 And yeah. One more. Alright. You do no damage, right? Yeah. Do they have any gold? They got 9. They don't take any purple though, so this is theoretically safe. I can take a skull if I accidentally get one. And there's no way I can force one. Although if I just get purple and kill him, then I'm good. Is this getting a match? No. That's safe. 15. Double check there's no skull dodge or any nonsense. Alright. Alright. Here we go. Let's get that wheel spin. Now we just gotta play smart. One more game. This fight should technically be easier than the other ones. But we'll see. This will get me 2 manas. I'm checking my wheel first before I get 2 in focus. Alright. So this will get me 2 because the blues will come down. There's no skull nonsense up above me. It's not creating any artificial 4 matches. This is safe. And gets me mana that I double care about. Although I'll get this regardless. But it's just another way of denying them mana. So this is good. Don't like that. They have 20 gold already though, so let's not let that happen, but there's not enough purple. Let's start the stat boosting. I think we get rid of Grave Robber first, honestly. Let's try and hold this a little bit, because they're not close to casting yet. So my goal with this move is to make sure I don't give them any purples or reds. This... we'll take that here. This is technically safe, but I don't care about that color at all. There's no way I can give myself blue. I think that's my move. And I just have to hope that nothing useful comes down here. You butt. Come on. They're still at 20. And we're creating 12? 12's pretty good. They're still not close to casting yet though, so I'm gonna let these dice go a little bit more. How much gold are they at? They're still at 20. This is 10. And I'm getting a 6. 8. So I'm making 12 of this, and I'm making 14 of this. So technically they're equivalent. So it's just a matter of, do I want to start skull spamming yet? I don't. I'd rather do this yet. I don't want them to do that though. That's not what I wanted. 137. I can survive a skull if I do this, but I can't survive a skull if I take a skull. So I'm either in skull mode myself now, where I need to start casting these guys, or I'm gonna stat pump and hope I don't get double skull. I think I'm gonna stat pump so that way I can take advantage of the fact that I get extra stats. So I'm gonna intentionally take a skull here. Alright. Now we're going to Skull Town ourselves. Pray, buddies. Let's pray. It's a good start. Take this. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I can't take a skull back, though. This is safe. Yep. Oh god. We're about to die for sure, though. Alright. That's okay. I can still win this. I gotta do this. This is coming here. That's fine. This is going there. That's fine. I think this is fine. Alright, that's actually a lot of purple. Ooh, and they have 100 gold. Let's go. Alright, here we go. Got one. This is all safe. They're about to steal all my gold and make a bunch of purple, so let's try... Well, I'll save this so I can steal it back. And try and reduce the amount of purple on the board to prevent an extra turn. Do I want this one or this one? I want to keep the skulls kind of separated. If they match purple up here, then they're not going to magically drop skulls there, so this is safer, I think. And this is going to go there, so that's fine. Oh! Oh! Alright, actually that's totally fine. They didn't take my mana, though. That whole turn was depending on them taking my mana. Alright, we're still good. So now take all that gold back. And now we go for the super kill. This is our chance. Start here. That's good. That's not good. That's not what we wanted. Alright, double grave robber, let's go. This, no. This, no. Pretty sure that. There's this, that's no. This is, I think, the move. Although if that's a purple, that gives them a 4-match, but... I can't do it any other way. This is no good. Alright. Oh! Ooh, that dodge. Come on. This takes that there. No, takes it there. And then I'm gonna take this. So that's actually okay. Would I prefer this? No. This. Now we're just gonna be dodging each other the whole time? That's pretty not fun. I think that's safe. Yup. So, like, here's the problem, though. If I go with this, like, now is not the right board to do this with, but, like, if I do this, boosted by my gold, how much do I have? I've got 100, and they're about to take it all. But there's only 5. And even if I get it, I have to hit them 3 times. So the odds are I'm going to kill myself when I do this. So preferably I would have enough health to take a skull hit back, because if I cast this and it fails, we're like super done. Alright. I think the play is to try and get another... Well, no, because then I lose my skull potential, because the moment she steals my gold, the odds of me getting it back is pretty bad. And then she's going to potentially loop into a skull. I feel like we're in go time right now. I mean, she doesn't have full mana yet, so let's go mana deny right now. So browns, I'm safe with all of this so far. This might cause a problem. This is fine. And this would actually spread around the brown. So I'm gonna see if I can catch a random skull first. think that's the play. I just gotta keep her from getting mana while I play this game. This is no good. Is that the only move on the board? This? Uh-oh. It is. I don't think it's skull time yet. Although technically she's gonna have to take a turn, so I can cast it next turn. Alright, so let me see if I can... Well, this is like all I can do. Wow, she didn't get a surge or anything. She can get mana regardless of what I do at this point. Alright, good. We got one more skull. Here we go. Here we go. Wheel of Destiny, tell us our fate. This is gonna be so bad. This is not the best board for this, but this is our best shot. This is the most exciting moment in my Gems of War career. This is where we are. Oh, we get Crab Rave? That's kind of awesome. Alright, the wheel says we're not in for a good time. Here we go. Think I lose, unless I dodge. Right? Or she might... Well, actually, no, we're gonna win. As long as she doesn't dodge. Can I make a 4-match? Alright, so there's a 20% chance we win, and a 20% chance we die. Or an 80% chance we win, a 20% chance we die. Yeah. Yeah. That's how you do that. Woo! That's how we do it. Oh man, victory spin. Holy crap. That wasn't fun at all. I don't know if I'd call that fun or not. Oh my god, that was only 230 on top of that. So like that just kind of shows what's going on here. So like, ooh, we get a code though. Hell yeah. And we get a code. What is up? We earned a code after that. That was some code earning going on right there. Holy crap. So like you can see the problem though that how hard this is going to be later, because the only reason that I was able to win that is because the amount of skull damage I was intentionally taking was low enough at level 230. So like the scaling on my guy wasn't going to go any faster. Like he's not like Meng or like anyone like that that's going to actually end up stealing like a crap ton of stats because their levels are higher. So like the stat potential that I was using in this game is as high as it's ever going to be. So yeah, 500 on this is going to be stupid. Like I've bought up to tier 5. So I mean, you would have to buy multiple tier 7s, I think, to have a chance. So for folks that don't know, tier 7's giving you +7 to all skills. So like, if I spent another 600 and then probably another 1,000 gems after that, there would be a chance of doing this. But other than that, like, that's just not going to be a thing. Welcome to the squad, Exos. Appreciate it. Holy crap. I'm like, I don't know if I can mentally handle more after all that. Do we try again? I guess we try again, right? That was just like too exciting to not try again. Whew. We're going in. This requires so much thought. Yeah, pure faction on this is super hard, as everybody just saw. Alright, back to thinking very hard. That's safe. Do that. That was lucky. Don't want any of that. This doesn't give them anything. This doesn't give them anything. That helps me a little. I'm assuming their gold is nothing. Yeah. This should be safe. Alright, let's get our stat game going. I don't want to take skulls. I absolutely do not want to take skulls. Granted, they have no gold, so they'll only cast 6 skulls. I could just kill it. That would be fun. Alright, good. Just remove that problem altogether. Wonderful. Do they have any gold now? They got 16. They also like purple mana. But see, like, what's nice is that these people I don't really care about. Hey, Elements, how's it going, man? I'm doing Pure Faction again just because it's probably way more entertaining than watching me spam my challenges, honestly. I mean, like, I could do my challenges if you guys want to watch that, but I imagine this is probably a lot more engaging than watching me just, like, bulldoze through challenges. I don't need that mana anymore. This is safe. Stats are good. How much gold they at now? Still 16. So they take my gold, and then I will take it back. And then I will stat pump. We're very close to go time on my guy. Wow, I can't believe they prioritized taking the spell over the 4 match. That's very rare. Alright. I don't think we have to go crazy with skulls right now, actually. I really don't think we have to. More stats. Because these guys aren't doing enough damage to really make me care. Although this is a relatively good board for this. And I've got all my gold right now. Alright, let's go. Agile. Alright, there we go. Here's one. I think my horde level for this is around like 90 something. It's not that high, honestly. I got it up to 100, but I didn't go all the way in. Let's double check. Okay. Yeah, I'm only at 90. So like stat wise, I'm only getting so much. I'd have to get it up to 100 to get another magic. So it's not gonna help me too dramatically. It would help though. Alright. Which fight do we do next? No to Glaceon. This one's not much fun either. See, with this one I'm gonna have to deal with Freeze, and Glaceon can just outright kill me, and I don't kill fast enough with this team. This one's more manageable. I think we go here. Actually, let's double check the rooms that are out there. I'm assuming there's no, Oh, look at that. We do have Cedric there. Let's try this. I've actually never done this yet. So everyone's talking about how you do the Cedric room so you get the money bags bonus. So that way, your troops can be doing way more potential. Like, the stat potential is way higher on this guy. So let's give this a shot. This is no good. I want to play Mana Deny on this. So I don't want them getting yellows or blues. That's okay. They have no gold yet. No yellows or blues. That's the name of the game right now. This is not so good. This would be a bad time. Too early to be starting that train. I mean, I can take a skull, but I don't really have to. Uh-oh. There's a blue, but they left it for me. So I would rather take this right now because, wow, that was scary. Again, I'm trying to deny him mana because this team's gonna suck way more if this guy gets rotated out. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to let them rotate me a lot, and that's not gonna be good. So, a little more stats. How much gold are they at? We can create a good amount of purple. There's 10 already. Let's go. Alright, that was good. Yellows and blues, there's nothing for them. So that's good. We're safe to do this again. Still no yellows or blues? This might give him a yellow if this is one. Alright, we're safe. This is a relatively okay skull board, honestly. But I kind of like how I'm very much in the driver's seat right now for this game. This is no good. Actually, no, this is okay. No, it's not, because that gives them skull. Oh, no, it doesn't. Yeah, is this safe? Yeah, this is safe. Ow. Can't be giving him that. This is safe. Yeah, that's good. I kinda don't want to kill him, because that's like wasted damage. But I also don't want to start my skull spam with someone that only needs 9 health. I think I have to start killing soon, because I can't play this mana deny game forever. Like, I just forgot to be playing it and I just gave him mana. Yellows and blues. This is bad. This is okay. There's only 7 skulls. I'm doing 127, so I'd have to hit them each twice to punch through it. It's a little scary still. There's like a couple more skulls on the board, I might go for it. Still need to mana deny, so I might go here. That's not gonna give him... What? Almost missed that. This is where I need to go. That should be safe. That should still be safe. That'll be here. I think that's the move. Oh wait, no, because that puts that yellow there. That's no good. So this is the move. Or this is the move. This might get me skulled though. This can't really get me skulled. And I'm still safe. That's the move. God, so much thinking with every move. Alright, how much gold do they have? 123. So this is a really good mana generation board, but it's also a decent skull board. And stat-wise, I mean, I'm only going to be getting 23. I think it might be Skull time. Alright, we're going. We're going to Skull Town. And let's go to Purple Town. Alright, here we go. So, I can't let this guy get a blue or a yellow. So I think we're in mana deny mode. I can take a skull, so this is okay. Alright. I need... This will be fine. Could do this. Doesn't give him anything. Doesn't give me anything. Could do this, and that's okay. So no blue or yellows for him. This is a decent skull board, honestly. I could just go for the victory right now. I would rather get one more stat shot off on him, though. Because one more stat shot off on him is going to put him in kill range with one skull. But I have to be perfectly mana denying for the next, like, bunch of turns. I almost wish this wasn't a double, because this makes it even more dangerous to take it. That would be why. Can't let him have blue. How much? He's got 68 though, so this is actually a really good purple board. Alright. Think we hit him. He's only got 80. I've got 120. So I think we cast this, then we take the skull, or he takes the skull, and then I go for the finish. I think that's the move. I'm gonna do this, take the skull, and then go for the victory. Right here. Alright. So now we got all the fun money. Now we're back to this problem. We're gonna try this fight. Whew. This is stress, guys. This is some stress. This is fine. This gets me 2 mana. That's not around anything else. Purples and blues. I need both of those, so this is actually pretty good. Hope that doesn't do anything useful for them. Oh! I'll take that. Alright. Let's get the stat pumping starting. So with this team, what I need to worry about is Nemu, because I can't be having them create a crap ton of skulls. Alright, that actually worked out beautifully. They have no that, though. I'm about to get empowered down there, so that's kind of nice. This is fine. They all need purple, so I should be denying purples as much as I can. It's a little early to start some skull craziness. This is good. Still 0 gold. But see, now I've got all this gold potential, but it's kind of like I need to get this going higher, more. I honestly think this is going to be the only way you can pure faction this, actually. So if you pure faction this at 500, this is going to be the only way. This team is going to be the only way. Let me double check my overlay thing is working properly. Well. View count. I don't know why I always have to like reset the cache on that thing. Alright, back to the game. Alright, this is safe. This is the most strategic gem playing you can be doing right now. Fine with all that. I still have no gold. This board's a little scary for this. I'd really rather stat this guy a couple more times. But if I create purples with them having no gold, I'm more than likely going to give them purples. But I think I just need more purples. See, this is a little bit risky trying this right now. That's not really advisable. This is going to get me hitting... I'm going to get a skull hit with this. The mana doesn't even help. Oh, I'll get purple for that. I think I might... That's a decent trade, actually. I think I have to take that trade. Alright, I'm close. I'm gonna pray for a red to fall right here with this move, I think. Actually, I could just do this. And they don't need browns at all. They also don't need yellow, so it's either is fine. This also gets me blue alignment, but they'll probably take it. That's a lot of gambling, actually. That might be a little too much. But that actually might be the only moves out there. Unless I just do that. Yeah, that's better. Alright, more stats. We almost got Nemu down, which is good though. Ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, we're alive. This is a decent skull board though. They've got 25 gold. I'll be making 14 more. That's pretty legit. I would love to stat pump them one more time before I go crazy because we're up to 260. So if I stat pump them once more, I think we're game. Let's go. Alright, good. Die. Alright, I'm pretty sure we're doing a victory lap at this point. I don't think I can die at this point. If I do one of these, like, arbitrarily, I'm in trouble. So for folks that are wondering how you pure faction this is the way. This is 100% the way you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to do it where the board is you win the first fight with this guy, with this team, this exact team. Then you have to find the Cedric room and do what I did in the Cedric room. Come back and win one of these fights and then go for the boss. That's the only way you're going to be able to pure faction it, I think. Unless you buy, like, literally 1,000 tiers of... Not literally, but a crap ton of tiers. This is going to be the way. It's stressful as hell, but it's the way. Oh, man. That's fine. Mostly fine. Die. More stats. Yeah, I don't think without Cedric you're going to be able to really do this. Because at this point, like, I'm just trying to, like, conserve these people. Like, I'm just trying to make sure that I don't lose any of these guys in this fight at this point. I'm not at all worried about this guy anymore. And I'm basically, like, a skull hit away from just doing this. I'm tempted to cast these guys, but admittedly this is not really the right board. And Azura casting once should be fine, because I can take some skulls back. So I think the right way to play this is to be chill. I just need to get through it. Actually, they have a good amount of gold. Go for it. I honestly... Oh. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Whatever. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. There's really no mana there. That's annoying. There's nothing I can drop to get those browns. I'm gonna get the reds regardless, but I'm gonna mana deny him reds, because I don't think... Well, actually no, purples would be better. Purples. Ow. Less of that, please. They're still sitting at 0? Come on, guys. I think they're still sitting at 0. That's a skull. That is fine. It's 10 gold now. This is just a wasted turn, but this is a little forced. I mean, there's 9, but they're not super clustered in a way that I would prefer. I can't do this because I'll just give them that. I don't get any benefit from anything else. Just do a deny turn. This feels like a bad idea. Yeah, that's giving them... Well, it's of yellows. Actually, this is... So here's some strats. I'm gonna do this to intentionally give them a 4 match so they get more gold so I can steal it. So now they've got 39 and now I can actually steal gold. I'm gonna wait a little though. I'll stat pump first. Alright, now it's purple time. Hit. Ooh! Uh-oh. What have we done? Woohoo! We got away with something there. I can't be taking skull hits. I don't have enough stats yet. I'm unfortunately in a skull scenario. Oh, we're in bad news bears time. That was super lucky. That's not gonna get me enough stats. 81? Yeah, actually, that'll get me enough stats to survive, but I would have to depend on them taking a skull, versus... So I'm gonna have to pray the AI cares more about taking a skull than casting this right now. This is kinda my best move, because I definitely can't kill them yet. Yeah, they do. Yeah, the AI cares more about that. So now I have to willingly take skulls. This is bad. I would ideally be taking mana in a way that gets me skulls. I'll make sure to be careful, Exos, don't worry. I appreciate it. This will get me blue and skulls. This will get me skulls. Ooh, wait. Alright, we're back in it. Let's go. I kind of need to cast Grave Robber, because... Oh, actually, no, I don't. Really at all. If I cast this guy, I'm in a really good spot. So, alright, that's my priority. This guy. This is no good. Doesn't help me. That. Thank God. The AI is stupid. Alright, I think we won again, and it was a lot easier this time. Yeah, they've got 100. What's funny is, actually, what happens here? So if they steal my gold, it says steal all my gold. Will it still steal it if they're at their max potential? Like, will I drop to 0 and they just stay at 100? They can't gain more than 100, but what happens if they steal it? I'm almost, like, curious to let them do it. I mean, I can still take a skull here. Although this is definitely a make purple time. Oops. Should pay a little more attention next time. I'm pretty close to not caring about taking skulls right now. I'm not quite there yet. I'm like about to be there. Oh, oops. Alright, so I need to pay a little more attention to that. Can't be doing oops when I'm so close to winning. Maybe if they have Cedric, they can go... Yeah, so like when I kill Cedric, one of the things that you do when you kill Cedric is everybody on your team gets money bags. So when everybody on your team has money bags like that, now your gold potential goes up a ton, which allows this guy to stat pump a ton. Like you can just see at this point, like I'm getting 100% boost or 100 boost every time. So every time I cast him, I'm gaining an extra 100 to all my stats at this point. So like that's how you get yourself in this like psycho mode. I kind of want to take this, but I don't. I want the purple. I don't care about the brown. But I don't want them to have brown, so I kind of want to do this. Uh-oh. Well, now I gotta cast this because they're about to cast that. Unless they got a bunch of gold I can take. Not that much. 9, 10. I mean, I'm gonna make 16. I don't care about them having purple anymore. Let's go for it. Yeah! Alright, we did it again. We did it again! Another pure faction. My god. These are the most stressful fights on the planet, though. Those are some crap rewards, though. My god. Legendary task. Have a mythic in it. Alright, whatever. Legendary. Sure. Why not? As long as when you're looking at the actual fights, they'll tell you if you're going to get a the bonus for it. So, like if I was trying it this time, for instance, I hate how it like doesn't actually click. What? So like this is saying all allied troops gain greedy in the future, where greedy is gonna help you a little bit, but not a lot. This will help you gain gold faster, but this isn't gonna like increase your max potential. So that's not really that effective. That's not gonna help me. Like, that's not gonna help me. That's not gonna help me. That's not gonna help me. Yeah, and that's not gonna help me. So like, this would almost be an impossible one to do pure faction at 500, because I would have no way of increasing my max gold potential up to 500. So I would have to just be trying to do it without it. So I think that's honestly gonna be the thing that you're gonna have to try and do if you're trying to go pure faction. Volcanic Shaft or Drown. I mean, I did Volcanic Shaft. Actually, the nice thing that was good about Volcanic Shaft that we saw when we went through it is that the Shegra, which is the only person you're really worried about, he's mana blocked on both red and brown. So that actually gives you a little bit of time to build up your team. As long as that team doesn't pop off like crazy, then... Because like that team has a ton of mana generation where they could get everybody full like really quickly. But... technically, Shegra's mana blocked twice, so you just kind of have to control the red mana on the board if you're going to try the Volcanic Shaft. I mean, the Drowned Grotto fight that I did was pretty okay, I think. So, I don't know. I wish you luck, Starlight. That's it's an intense fight regardless, to be honest, though. Man, I feel like I just like climbed Mount Everest or something like that, and I only did it at level 240. Jesus. So how's everybody else's day now? That'll probably be the biggest achievement of my day. I'm not sure if I could beat that. So at this point I'm just leveling up my Tidecaller, because Tidecaller, when you get it to 70, gets the extra bonus mana for 3 different colors, which is actually really nice. So I would strongly recommend, if Tidecaller is a class that you fancy, and you probably should because it's pretty good. Right now I'm just kind of doing them easily, so like I think I go up to level, I think I'm going up to like tier 8, and then I just move on to the next one just because I don't really want to think about it too much just yet. But yeah, I'll finish them all pretty quickly. Like, I play this game enough that, you know, it's not going to take me super long to go through all of them regardless. Like, I could probably bang them all out in like a day or two, I imagine, if I cared. It's kind of funny. After all that strategic gem matching strategy, now I get to play this like super mindless team where it's like, I don't care if I get hit, I don't really have to think about getting hit, I don't have to care about like anything that happens, I just clicky and win. Yeah, I mean, like, the rewards, you may or may not care about them. Like, shards are probably the more interesting one. Like, you actually get a lot of shards if you run through every single kingdom and grab them all. But, aside from that, like, the rewards are okay. Like, the gem keys are honestly pretty nice. You do get a good amount of gem keys from doing it. So, I think the problem I have with Ruby Staff is that, I should have pulled that the other way. What am I doing? The problem I have with Ruby Staff is that the stat gain on it is really small. So like when you when we look at Ruby's staff, the problem that I have with it is that the damage on it's like so-so, not so great. And then giving everyone 2 skills is pretty slow, and there's no way to loop it. So like if this had some kind of like looping capability, this would be a lot better. But as it stands now, it's basically just 2 stats to all. So like the damage isn't all that high. If you're doing like a team that's pumping stats like crazy, that would be one thing, but normally you do that with your weapon. So like normally your weapon's the thing that's enabling all those stats. So like that's kind of the problem. Oh, I'm not saying you can't cast it a lot. Oh, nice, Starlight, congrats, man. I'm not saying you can't cast that a lot, but every time you cast it, you have to give up your turn to the other team, and the only thing you're getting out of it is like a modest amount of damage and then 2 skills. So like I find the potential on it is pretty low. Like, and since it's a pure green weapon, it's competing with the likes of other pure green weapons that are a lot better. So like so like it's competing against Doomglaive, which I would argue is probably like the best Doom weapon that's there. It's competing with Essence of Evil, which is like one of the other best weapons that are out there. So it's kind of like, would I pick this over these? Like probably not. Like I don't think ever. Like I didn't even level it up all the way. It's a cool idea, but this needs to loop to be more interesting, I think. Or the stat gain would have to be way higher to justify like giving up your turn to use it. That's kind of my thoughts on the Ruby staff. But I think early game, like when you're, if you're in like your early game or like maybe even mid game, I could see it having a lot more value. I think towards the end game it falls off like pretty considerably though. But I mean, if it's working for you, by all means, like, do not stop using it. Like, don't take my little rant as an excuse to not use the weapon anymore. If it's working for you, absolutely do it. That's one thing I still need to, like, catch myself on is, I totally could. At this level, I could definitely get away with the Sunbird Firebomb team right now. It's kind of like a little bit of laziness on my part. Because like once you get to like tier 4, maybe even tier 3, like the Firebomb team requires a little more effort. Whereas like this team is just going to kill kind of regardless. So, but you're right, right now the Firebomb team would totally be faster than the Key team. It's just kind of like, I know I'm going to have to change it anyway, so I might as well just like leave it here. It's my laziness, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, it's not a bad weapon. It's just kind of like, so when you reach the end game, it's kind of like your mind is completely like, how do I loop? Because in the end game, if you're not looping, like you're just not gonna win, unfortunately. Like there's not a combo that you can use in like Guild Wars, for instance, that's gonna be so strong that you can just kill them no matter what. Even if you like willingly give up your turn, unless it's killing like 4 troops in one shot somehow. So like that's kind of the problem once you get to that like high tier. So like for instance, I can show you the Guild Wars teams that I use. I actually did pretty good in Guild Wars this time around. So like my results this time around. So I like lost 2 total. This score is okay. I honestly want this score to be higher. Like 55 is kind of like what I want to be shooting around, like 55 plus. But this is still pretty good. My defenses were like so-so. So it's kind of like, this is the new defense, so if you've never seen this team before, I would strongly recommend you give this team a defense try. This team is actually super good and super annoying. I can paste that code for you guys, so you got it if you want it. But I suspect that defense team is going to be the new meta. Because this team, the trick against this team is cleanse and freeze, so like, if you've got that, then you're good to go. But that's a really good defense. The first bunch of times I went against it. Nice, Starlight. Congrats, man. Knowing that I just went through it, I know how stressful that must have probably been. It is not a good time. But as far as the attack teams that I use this time around, so like when you're looking at like strategy-wise, so for Red Day, for instance, I don't like this team. Red Day I actually really hate because weapon-wise you're kind of missing something more useful. But at least with this you're getting some loot potential out of Obsidious, so like all of these troops have loot potential, so that's like worth noting. This is also giving you some curse, so this allows you to like punch through people and stun them even if they normally couldn't, so like that adds a little synergy here. He's an elemental, so you get 50% bonus there. The thing I hate about this team is that you're kind of locked into getting yellows. Like honestly, if I was looking at the banners for this, I would use the other one. I would use this instead, actually. I should have used this. Because the trick with this team is probably getting Divinia up first, because since I'm running it with Sunspear, I'll get tons and tons of reds. So I'll do that this time around. But the kill potential on that team is pretty low. Like you're pretty much using just Obsidious for your damage. So Red Day is pretty rough. But again, like the damage potential is super high. Like every single thing in here loops. So like that's kind of why when you're getting to the end game, like looping is everything. So like I'm controlling the amount of red mana coming out. I've got a cleanse. I've got massive damage potential. I have multiple ways to stun. So like that's the idea behind a team like this. For Yellow Day, this is super easy breezy, so as long as your Sunspear is at 100, this is getting you burning damage with Infernus, and then you have a Skull Creator. The only thing you have to pay attention to with a team like this is don't cast Divine Ishbala if Infernus isn't full, because you need reds on the board to pop Divinia. So like when you cast Divine Ishbala, you're probably going to kill 1 or 2 or 3 people, but then you need Infernus to clean up the board, otherwise you might take a bunch of skulls back. So you need to Divine Ishbala first, then Infernus, and then you go back to normal loop. But this team, super effective. I usually do 5-0 with this team. Green Attack, this is honestly like one of the best teams that I've got for all Green Day, and it was actually given out by one of you wonderful folks on the stream. It was Durade gave it out. So as an archer, and your archer doesn't even have to be 70, you can have your archer at like level 20, I think, and this team will be totally fine. But again, it's like every single troop in here loops, so like looping is super important because I never want to give up my turn. So like you can kind of see the theme here. Same idea with this. The only troop I have in here that doesn't loop is Voice of Orpheus, and he's in here just so I have constant cleansing, which actually came in a lot of benefit as I was running through. So I mean, this team is scary sometimes, but it actually worked out fine. Like I went through all my fights today and I didn't have any issues, and it's actually using War Priest, which is kind of fun. So you're going War Priest because you need a human class, so you could technically do this with Plague Lord. I would much rather do it with War Priest, however, because I need the skull resistance. This team is making tons of yellow, so I'm not really going to barrier myself too much if I was using Plague Lord, and the fact that I'm diseasing them isn't really helping me all that much. So War Priest makes a yellow Lightstorm start, which makes this team even better to use, but this team will be constantly cleansed. These two will basically just be trading shots constantly. You'll just be looping with these two forever. And I actually did use Possessed King to transform. However, this is something I thought about after the fact. So when it comes to like end game Guild Wars, Possessed King is like this pro and con if you actually use his transform. So like when you transform somebody, you don't get credit for a kill anymore, which used to be a thing, but Salty made a post in the forums that you don't get a kill count for transforming anymore. So that kind of lowers your point potential. But what that also does is the troops that you transformed are going to be lower stats than they were before. So the amount of damage you're going to do is less total to kill them, which means your total points are going to be lower. So if you ever use Possessed King to transform, you just kind of have to know that you're trading a chance to transform, a chance to win, for a lower point score. So I mean, winning is obviously better than losing, but something to keep in mind. If you're depending on the transform, like you're kind of putting yourself in a bad spot. Yeah, if you get War Priest to 70, that's why I kept talking about getting my War Priest to 70. This will get you access to Enraging. So for here, you get Enrage on 4/5s. So like that actually helps out a lot. So I actually like this team a lot. It works against everything. You also get 2 life to all your troops every single time you loop, and you just loop and loop and loop with a team like this, so that's actually really good. Blue Day, this team is bananas. The only team that you can't fight with this is Life and Death. So like, if you're going against Life and Death, I would never tell you to use this team. This team is terrible, because Rope Dart can't do anything to that troop, to be a hero with the life and death weapon, there's no real way that you're going to be able to do it. So, never used this against life and death, but fortunately for Blue Day, when I used it at least, I didn't actually have to worry about it. I didn't fight a single life and death team that day, so I was able to just run through all 5 with just this team. If you're not fighting life and death, this team is disgusting though. So that was blue, but again, it's like just back to the original reason why I pulled this up in the first place. It's all looping, so like every troop in here loops. I'm in bracket 2, so like our guild's in bracket 2 right now. We're actually trying to coordinate very hard to see if we can push ourselves into bracket 1. The problem is that like our guild isn't so much focused on Guild Wars. Like we have Guild Wars Rex, but they're not to the point where like we demand everyone gets Sentinel 5 or we demand that everyone has to have a 50k score or something like that. So like our Rex right now are kind of just whatever. But we still do very, very well. So like bracket 2, I mean, we've played all the teams in bracket 1 at one point or another. So I mean, I know that I would be doing just as good or bad in bracket 1. My Yellow Day attack is Sunspear team. So like, you'll notice that I use a lot of Sunspear, and if you watch my videos, you'll know why I use a lot of Sunspear. But this team is basically triple skull damage because of the burning with Infernus. So like, Sunspear, if I haven't converted you guys yet to Sunspear, always does a Firestorm, super great. But then it also has Fireblade, which is triple skull damage when they're burning. So the reason that we use this team here is that Infernus burns everybody on 4/5s. So 1 4/5 match means everybody's burning over there, which means when I cast Divine Ishbala, every skull hit's basically a kill at that point. So, I mean, this team on Yellow Day is super, super great. Some people prefer to use Quillen instead of Divinia. So like I've seen a Quillen version of this team. You're trading like Cleanse for more damage potential and more loot potential. I agree, Starlight. Like, I've noticed this Guild Wars more than any that you have to switch up your teams as you're running through. Like, you can't just try and use one team straight through. But I know that I would be as performant, I should say, in bracket 1, because the defenses that are set in bracket 2 really don't look all that different than the defenses set in bracket 1, because the teams that keep falling in and out of bracket 1 and 2, like I've fought pretty much every guild at this point, minus the ones that have stayed in bracket 1 forever. Like I don't think I've fought Anonymous yet. That might be it. I don't think I've fought Anonymous, I'm pretty sure. But pretty much all the other bracket 1 people, I'm pretty sure my guild's gone against at one point or another in bracket 2. Let me see if there's any others. AW Ryan, I don't think we fought actually either. But all of these others, I don't think I've fought Tyrant, but I've definitely fought Narasblone, I've fought Blackhand. Pretty sure I've fought Olymp, I'm not sure. Definitely fought Utopia Brothers, definitely fought Interim, definitely fought Black Dragon. So I mean, I don't feel like I'm too concerned about it, but I mean, as you can see, actually how close are we right now? We still got a lot of fights left, so we should stay in bracket 2 this time around. Hey, what's up, Durade? I just gave you a shout out. I showed you the green team. I was showing everyone the Archer team that you handed out to us all before. I still use that on Green Day and I crush with it. But I'm excited about getting into bracket 1, honestly. Like, to me, that's going to be that much more exciting. Hey, Tacit! High fives to Tacit in the chat. Tacit, we just did Pure Faction. Not 500, but we did Pure Faction level 240, I think. And I think what we discovered is that you absolutely are going to have to run over to the Cedric room to try and get the gold bonus to do it. Because we did it once without it, but doing it with it is a little easier. You just have to risk yourself a lot to try and get over there. But we totally did it without buying like a ton of tiers to do it. Yeah, Durade, you helped me a lot, honestly. The last 2 Guild Wars I used that team and it was legit as hell. I feel like I have to rename this VOD something special, just so people will know to watch it. Because I think that people can learn a lot about the Pure Faction fight for this afterwards. But I definitely need to trade the my team recommendation in my video somehow. That's the one thing I wish I could do. I wish I could just re-upload my video with slightly different edits in it. If you're on mobile, if you're looking at your phone sideways, in the top right when you tap the screen, there's like a little text box thing. If you tap that, it'll turn it on or off. If you're looking to toggle it on mobile. But yeah, those fights were all intense. Like, all of the gem matching strategy that I've built up over this entire time playing the game, I required 100% of that game knowledge in order to effectively win that fight. It was a hoot. Oh my god. I'm gonna like watch that back and just see my face. I bet you I'm in like 100% game mode that whole time. Like, I'm just like super serious and focused the entire time. I've never had to pay more attention. Like, honestly, you should be playing that way when you're doing Guild Wars, but like, even during Guild Wars, like, your teams have a lot more flow to them, so like, it doesn't require as much thought. Like, that literally required more brain power than anything else I've ever done in this game. And that was only level 240. So, I mean, dear God. To toggle live chat, can I even just show you on my phone? Maybe? Let me tune into my own stream on my phone. So like, if you tap your screen, see how it's all chatty right here? This little thing at the top up here, there's a button to do the live chat thing. So if you toggle that up there, that's how you turn it off or on. Live demo style. Good deal. Oh man. I feel like I need to have a drink or something after that. Like, if I still smoked, that would have definitely been a cigarette break moment. After those all-faction fights. Happy Sunday, Zedicus. And hopefully we all have off tomorrow, right? It should be a holiday for all of us. Hopefully. At least I hope you guys have a holiday. Tomorrow, I think, well, I don't think. Tomorrow I'm going to Dorney Park, so that should be pretty fun. Gotta make sure I take some Dramamine, because my sad adult body can't handle motion, apparently. So as long as I take Dramamine, I'll be able to have a good time. Oh wow, are you guys expecting a hurricane out there? That sucks. I remember you made a comment about hurricane season. I didn't know it was like that legit. Well, prayers for Tacit then. Everybody, before you go to bed, make sure you kneel at your bedside and pray for Tacit's household over there. It's category 5. Goddamn. Shows you how much I pay attention to the weather. Spoilers, I do not pay attention to the weather. I pay enough attention to the weather to know like when I should and shouldn't do it. Like, you know, I need to know if I need to wear a winter coat or not. That's like as much as I pay attention to the weather. Because I live around like Philadelphia area basically, so like weather never gets so crazy out here. Like, snow is pretty much as bad as it ever gets. Oh god, Florida. Well, yeah, I know you guys get smashed over and over and over again. How close to the shore do you live? I feel like that has to be, like, menacing all the time. Like, you're just constantly in fear of losing all your stuff. That sounds terrible. 185 mile an hour winds. That's Not a fan. My god. Well, I hope you guys make it alright. That sounds terrible. Actually, I never think about that. How does Disney survive all this hurricane nonsense? I guess they're like far enough away that it's not that big of a deal for them, because I've never heard like Disney World being in trouble as a result of the hurricanes. I'm very ignorant when it comes to like geographical locations. I couldn't tell you like how close Disney is to the ocean or not. Like, I've been to Disney, I just don't know how close it is to the ocean. If I remember right, it's kind of like in the upper part of the handle though. Like, where it's like closer to the handle. As evidenced by me calling the top part of Florida a handle. Should give you some insight into how much I notice or care about geography stuff. It's kind of one of my blind spots. Well, I mean, I know it's in Orlando. I just literally have no idea where Orlando is relative to, like, the rest of Florida. Like, I've lived in Philadelphia, like, in or around Philadelphia for, like, most of my adult life. Like, since I've been 18. So, I mean, you would think I know everything about Philadelphia, but I couldn't tell you a thing about Philadelphia as far as, like, where stuff is, or what streets are what, or how close am I even to Philadelphia, what direction some cities are around it. I'm just so bad at that kind of stuff. If it wasn't for GPS, I would be lost in the woods somewhere right now. Well, I'm glad you're with me on that, Corn, because I get crap for that all the time in the office. Like, whenever someone's like, hey, we're gonna do an event like outside the office, where should we all go? I'm like, I don't know. They're like, haven't you been here forever? I'm like, I have, but I literally don't know a thing about it. Like, whenever I go to Philly, it's to like a very specific, like, I'm either going to work or I'm going to like a comedy club. Like, there's a very specific reason I'm going to the city when I go. So like, I never have to pay attention to like just getting around. Like, when my trains were all messed up, I had to like take public transportation in like multiple different forms. Like, I had to take multiple buses, multiple trains to get to where I wanted to go because my normal train line was all busted up. The fact that I was able to like survive that at all was very surprising to me. Starlight, yeah, you're on a list now, probably. I always think that about everybody, like, especially kids. Can you imagine the stuff that kids Google these days? Like, they must be Googling the weirdest stuff. Like, how is everyone's accounts not flagged at that point? Like, if I was a kid these days and I, like, was, had as much access as kids do these days, I feel like I would have gotten in so much trouble. Like, as it was, I was already getting banned from, like, chat rooms and stuff as a kid, back when there was no good software to, like, prevent duplicate accounts or something like that. I remember I must have been, like, 10 or 11, and I would jump inside this, like, Netscape chat that was moderated, but I made my name exactly the same name as somebody else that was in the chat, and then I started pretending I was them, and I eventually got, like, one of their friends to think I was the real one, and one of the moderators caught on to it, and then my parents got something in the mail, a physical piece of mail, that said that I was banned from a chat room, and I got grounded. Times were so different back then. Can you imagine, like, if Reddit was moderated like that? Getting a piece of physical mail saying, like, your kid got banned from, like, a channel or, like, a subreddit or something like that? Or, like, here's the YouTube comment history that your child's been leaving. Like, those kids would all be dead. Can you imagine my face when my parents, like, came running up to me with a piece of mail from our internet provider? It's so dumb. They wanted us to take the internet very seriously back then. Little did they know, the internet would all go to crap so quickly. I know. We were actually talking about that. I was hanging out with some of my old college friends last night with my girlfriend, and we were all trading stories of like the college days and random nonsense that we would be doing back then. Talking about like a lot of 90s music nonsense that we were all into back in the day. I don't know, I think that's like one of those signs that you're getting old, is you start getting nostalgic about the times when you were younger. Not even like young, but younger. But like we ended up getting my family ended up upgrading our 56K internet to DSL back in the day, just because Napster. Like, you know, before Apple Music and all that other fun stuff these days, and Spotify, you know, we were all just downloading it illegally on Napster. Like, everybody was. So, I mean, and that was when 56K was still, like, pretty much the normal, which gave you download speeds of, like, 3 to 15 KB. So like a song would take you probably like 15 to 20 minutes to download, and you would be sitting there like listening to the song as it was downloading. So like you would hear like the first 10 seconds of it, and then you would like stop it and then start it over and listen to the next like 15 seconds, and then you'd start it and stop it and listen to the next like 20 seconds. Like, so dumb. So when we upgraded to DSL, I was like, oh my god, it's like I'm streaming the song. So I'm guessing Shariza is a lot like Kaza and Morpheus and all of those. Yeah, like LimeWire and all those guys, yeah. So like once you jumped onto Kaza, that's like, I used Kaza personally, which I'm assuming is pretty much the same as Sherza. That's when things went like bananas. Like, you know, the amount of stuff you could get on there was pretty scary. When I first went to college, that's like when they had like a tier 1 internet line. Oh yeah, whereas, god. I mean, I started getting into, what are those things called? Usenet. I started getting into like Usenet groups and stuff like that to grab stuff too, back in the day. But once you get to college, like when I was in college, there was a thing called Direct Connect, which was basically like everybody on the network was able to share any file that they had. So like one kid would basically just have every movie, and then everybody on the college campus is just directly stealing from each other at that point. So like that was a fun time. Yeah, there was like a purity to Usenet, I think. I remember the whole like Metallica thing. God. Yeah, the internet was a lot more of an interesting place back then. It really felt like, you know, the Wild West back then. Like, I feel like the internet now, like, to get the same experience as we all had on the internet back then, it's like the equivalent of like what the dark web more or less is these days. Like, the amount of weird stuff that was going on just like the plain old internet was that crazy. And now all that nonsense has kind of shifted to the dark web. Never really played around in the dark web though. I feel like just by downloading those programs I'm gonna get in trouble, so like I don't even touch it. That's actually kind of funny. There was a life pro tip that someone gave on Reddit recently where I forget exactly what the text string is that you need to search, but it's basically like it creates an it will link you to anyone that just has like a raw file just hosted somewhere on their website. So like it was basically like you could get any song, any movie on Google today just by doing it that way. I mean, I didn't actually do it. I didn't actually download anything, but I was able to search around and see tons of stuff. So it's kind of like if you wanted to, I would just recommend a VPN if you do something like that, of course. But apparently there's still some very direct ways you can do some stuff. That's another thing. Like, I never thought I would need a VPN, like, ever, until, like, these days. Like, just kind of having a VPN will allow you to comfortably do that kind of nonsense without having too much concern about it. So if you haven't invested in a VPN at all, I mean, there's some free ones out there, but I actually pay, I think it's like $50 a month or something like that for private internet access, the PIA VPN. I've really liked using them. So, I mean, that's kind of been my VPN of choice. Durate, what did I miss? Scrolling back, scrolling back, scrolling back, scrolling back, scrolling back. How long ago did you say it? Oh my god. We've been chatty. Saw that. Saw you saying hi to Tacit. What else did I miss? Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god. I'm having a hard time even finding what you said. So you're glad you can help. I think that's when you said hi. What did I miss? Did you post something that I missed? Or is it just like stuffed in between a bunch of stuff and I'm not seeing it? You can paste it again and I'll read it. Apologize for missing it before when you sent it. I'm like scrolling back and I can't find it. What? My brain put a gem there that was there. That also makes me feel like an old man. I know I said that yesterday. The fact that I have to like press my face against the screen like that to like look for your comment. Just because it's like, to pay that close attention to it kind of helps. I feel like I'm gonna die when I'm like 40 or something like that, just for some reason. Just feels right. I used Iron Gut the entire time, honestly. Like, I just prefer the Iron Gut team in general, because it's like something I've played with a lot, so I'm just very comfortable using it. And it's very, very consistent, so like I never really need to worry about it not being effective or something like that. I mean, the Gob Truffle team is very, very good still, of course. Like, it's actually really, really good. If you want to make it a little more exciting for yourself, you could throw a... God, what was it? I think it's an Apothecary. Put your Doomglaive up top. That makes it a lot more crazy. Choose the correct path on factions. So the correct path will kind of depend on what your goals are. If your goals are just to level up your faction, then the correct path is just the fastest path. So like the most direct route to the boss is the correct path in that scenario. The correct path in a faction assault is trying to clear out every single room. So like when you're in a faction assault event, trying to kill literally every single room is the correct path in that scenario. In the most recent faction, that's where there's a very specific correct path that we discovered if you're trying to do the pure faction fight. Oh, for gold? So if you're trying to go for gold, well, so that answer kind of is a little different too. So like, if you're just trying to farm, like if you're just trying to leave one of these at a low level, that's totally a thing you can do. But what you want to do is kind of glance around and see which one of these teams will give you any kind of gold benefit. So like none of these do. Like Leprechauns and Cedric is kind of the ones that you're fishing for. So like these things are usually whenever you see like gold in the background, they'll at least give you a decent treasure boost, but none of these teams, for instance, have the thing that I'm talking about. So like if there's a Cedric room, that room will allow you to have all of your troops with money on it, and then you'll be gaining a ton of money. I haven't calculated which ones are all the best for like highest potential, but if you're gonna farm factions for like resources, the best ones to do that in would be the Warrens, and now I would say City of Thieves. I think the City of Thieves is actually probably better than the Warrens. The benefit of doing the Warrens is like you constantly get arcane trace stones, arcane light trace stones, I believe. But if you're just trying to farm gold in general, like I wouldn't say delving is like the best place to go do it. Like, if you're just farming gold in general, that's where you'd want to do PvP fights. That would be a lot better for you. I hope that answered your question. I'm not sure if that was exactly the question you were asking, though. But yeah, Starlight, I haven't, like, calculated what the best, like, farming of the factions are, admittedly. That's, like, an area where I could even brush up. So, I mean, if you end up posting an analysis somewhere, I'll gladly turn it into a video. Credit you again. But I think after I finish this round of challenges, I'm probably going to end up ending the stream. I just realized I've been streaming for like 2 hours at this point. But, yeah, I know. There's been a lot of people talking about Cedric lately. I felt the most bad for this one guy, who ended up spending money to get vault keys. There was a post on Reddit, and it was, I think it was The Cure that was in our channel yesterday. He's been trying to get Cedric as well. I mean, just having the key team is like a very nice benefit because, I mean, it makes all these challenges super trivial, at least for the bunch of tiers initially. Alright. If there's a URL you want to send me, feel free to like comment on one of my videos with it or something like that, or if you're on Discord, you can jump in the community Gems of War thing that's out there. Like I'm on that Discord over there as just Keylime if you're joining the official community Gems of War thing. But I think that's going to be the stream for today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed watching me sweat my balls off doing that pure faction nonsense in the underworld. That's going to be some interesting tidbits of info, but yeah, thanks again for everyone tuning in. Got the new weekly preview video coming out tomorrow, of course. Got Dorney Park later on tomorrow as well, so that should be fun. But I'll have more streams, more videos, all that other good stuff for you guys. But I love all of you. Thank you for tuning in. Wow. I'll see ya.